I wrote there, this is To Kill a Black Swan. If you thought I was gonna say To Kill a Mockingbird and thought you were in 10th grade in high school, then you should read. I mean, it clearly says Black Swan right there, and there's a swan in the title. And, yeah. So I had originally planned to do face cam with this. I don't know why, I just had planned to. But in the midst of, shaving, I made a grave mistake, and my entire I'm baby-faced, and I'm not about to expose that into the world. So, let's start this. A young man was killed. Being a detective, there's nothing new for me. That is nothing new for me, but I'm a detective! That's why I originally came here to school, but I don't remember names. But let me tell you, this case changed my life. Why? I'm going to tell you. Thanks. I mean, I wouldn't have a story if you didn't tell me. My name's not relevant. I'm just an ordinary man doing his job. But, in case you want to know, my name is Javier. Now, if you want me, you must pronounce Javier. Only then shalt I be summoned. Solving crimes case has always been my dream. Since I was a kid, I guess. Mine too, because Case Closed. I liked Case Closed. Conan Edogawa and Jimokuro, I mean, I watched it and I wanted to be a detective, but again, I'm a moron. It's been a few years, but I still remember one case. The murder, which is known as the Black Swan case. The name of the video. Think about it now. It's kind of ironic, but let me start from the beginning. One thing you should know beforehand. People always see what they want to see, and they hear what they want to hear. Sorry for being so cryptic, but I promise it'll make sense eventually. So there was this mansion. Oh boy, a mansion. Am I gonna be rich? Oh wait, no, I'm a detective. I'm mediocre money at best. Audrey, I cannot talk. His wife found his body not long ago. Evidently, she was not able to answer my questions right at that moment. I understand. I will take a look around if that's okay. She just nodded and I went to the crime scene. There was the chalk on the ground and lots of glass. Looking up, I saw that one of the windows was broken. He was obviously pushed out the window. Their home sure is big, and it seemed the level of surveillance is quite high on this property. I figured that it must have been someone who has access to maybe it was one of their staff members, or his wife herself. Yeah, that's right. It's always the wife, isn't it? I decided to go back to her. Maybe I could get something out of her after all. So, I mean, she was still in tears when I slowly approached her. What do you want? My apologies again, ma'am. I'd like to know who was here when it happened. It's Friday afternoon, so only Kane was at the house. He's our cleaner. Where is he now? I think he's speaking with one of our colleagues. Your colleagues. I'm a detective. You're not. You're a widow. Thank you, ma'am. And I'm sorry. Yeah, my last statement was kind of a douche. I've always been so bad with all this condolence stuff. Well, whatever. Maybe the cleaner knew something. I saw him across the yard. On the other hand, some of my colleagues were going into the house to inspect the crime scene, I guess. I wanted to see the crime scene first. Maybe there were some hints, or evidence, or clues. Let me get out my magnifying glass, see what's going on. It took a while to research the room. Damn, this place is huge. When I arrived, I was surprised to find that it was a guest room. Why would the man of the house be in that room? I saw the broken window, and other things. Click. Some photos. I'm not interested in their personal lives, just want to solve the case. The box is empty. It's a personal photo of the victim. There are 2 glasses, looks like someone drank wine recently. One of the glasses has something on it. Looks like lipstick. Did the victim and his wife drink wine before it happened? Maybe it was an accident. But wouldn't she have hidden the glasses then? Or did he have an affair? Oh, Could have had an affair with a woman, and the wife came up and saw it and decided to push him out the window. Just an average painting you'd find in every guest room. That's the window that caused the victim to fall death. Well, unfortunately... the window was closed. Oh, wait. What did it say? The windows that caused the victim's death. Well, unintentionally, of course. Oh, I get it. You're innocent, window. You're just, wrong place, wrong time. Some paintings, pretty sure nothing to do with anything. It's a chest. There's probably treasure in it. Shut up. Okay. I'm not really good at making... Hey, I laughed after I told you to shut up very rudely, but you know what? Oh, blood. Look at this. It's a red wine stain. Since the cleaner is here, this must have happened recently. You're right. Maybe we should... What is that? For decoration purposes, I guess. Nothing important. I think I've looked at everything. I think I looked at everything. I did. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I'm done here. I left the house. I left the whole house? I didn't want to miss my chance to talk with the cleaner. Hi there, can I help you? You clearly... I mean, if you had any doubt this man was a cleaner, take his broom and his mop bucket. That clearly indicates he's a cleaner, but he's not wearing gloves. Can I help you? Maybe. Could you tell me what happened? Sure, I was cleaning the foyer when a landlady came home. Where had she been? I interrupted him. I needed to know everything. She was with a friend. Her name is Sarah, I think. I made a mental note to ask Audrey about her later. Thanks, please go on. When she came home, she seemed to be in a good mood. Well, she just came back from a fun day, so I guess that's natural. Makes sense. Right. Anyway, I was just about to call it a day when I heard an ear-piercing scream echoing through the house. That's when she found the body. Yes. Didn't you hear the window breaking? I'm usually listening to music when nobody else is here. When she arrived, I took my earphones out. Damn it, so the murder must have occurred before his wife arrived. Or not. The house is pretty big. He could have overheard it even without headphones. No one else is home? I know what this must look like, but I didn't kill him, I swear. You have nothing to worry about if you're innocent. I didn't emphasize the if. He seemed to be worried enough already. I guess. Everything happened so fast, I'm afraid I can't really tell you much more. That's fine, you've already helped a lot. Really? I'm glad. If you need anything, you could stop by my apartment. Here's my address. Okie dokie. I feel I can trust him. He gave me his home. So if you killed him, why would you give the detective your main location? Ah, detective, do you have news? Indeed. There are 2 glasses of wine in the guest room. One of it has lipstick on it. I know. I figured as much. Can you elaborate? I found the room like that, and I didn't touch anything. I can't really explain it. This looks like... I know what it looks like. I know he just died, but maybe it's true. Maybe he was meeting someone else and things didn't go according to plan. That's what I was thinking. Do you know who it could have been? You know? He has not many female friends. Had. There was this girl, Ellen. She used to jog with him and they went to the same yoga course. A yoga course? Yes, he always wanted to stay fit. Do you have an address? Unfortunately, no, but they always went for a jog in the park. I see. Maybe I could meet her there. Someone else? There's also Sarah. Who is Sarah? Your cleaner... Okay, wait. I think they might have mixed up the names. Your cleaner said you were with her when it happened. That's right. She spent the day together. We spent the day together. What did you do? She frowned as if my questions were too personal, but she answered anyways. Just girl stuff. Shopping, talking, you name it. What about enemies? He had no enemies. He was very seclusive. Shy sometimes. Maybe that's why he hadn't many friends either. So? Besides Ellen, and if you count Sarah, there was only Rob. They were best friends. Bros, they used to say. Where can I find him? He owns a nightclub in downtown. She gave me the address and I decided to pay a little visit later. I also inquired Sarah's address, and turns out she just lived a few streets further from the Aubrey. That should be enough for today. Thanks, Detective, for everything. That's my job. I hope you will solve the case soon. Me too. That's how awkward my regular banter is. It's like, thanks, no problem. I hope everything goes well. Yeah, me too. Okay, I hope you have a good day. Okay, bye. Because I'm so just dumb. I decided to visit Sarah. Let's see what kind of girl she is. I knocked a few times, but nobody opened. Maybe she wasn't home. Suddenly, the door flew open with a crash. Hello there. Gosh, what the actual... Wait, are you the detective? Seems like it, miss. Oh, hell. You already know? Audrey called me, but she was too agitated to tell me what exactly happened. Yeah, but basically your husband died, right? I nodded and told her everything we knew so far. I told her about the things out the window, and she was shocked by the news. She didn't show it. She just took another sip from her glass and stared at me. It looked like she couldn't care less. So who did it? That's what I want to find out. Oh, I see. You think I did it, right? I didn't say that. I just want to ask you a few questions. I didn't know him that well. I usually spend time with my Aubrey. I mean, yeah, you know what, let's go with that. She didn't want him to be a part of our girl stuff. Still, I have questions. It's just routine, you know? Okay, shoot. Couldn't help but think that this was kind of an awkward wording, but I didn't commit. What should I ask her? Where have you been today? Did you have an affair with the victim? That is all. Well, where have you been today? I spent the day with Audrey. I'm sure she told you. Well, yeah. We shared a taxi, and after that, we dropped her off at her house. I went home. Makes sense? Yeah, it does. She called me shortly afterwards. Thanks. What else? Did you have an affair with the victim? Me? I barely knew him. No need to get off the fence. It's just a question. And I just answered, no. Like this, if you clear everything. Okay. The girl sure had a temper. That is all. Just catch the murderer. Will do. Afterwards, I started to go to the park and keep a lookout for Ellen. I've been told that she and the victim would go jogging together sometime, and they'd been in the same yoga course. The park wasn't that big, and I was able to find the woman, which could be her. For a moment, I tried to keep up with her. She was much more athletic than me. She introduced herself as Ellen, but she kept running. When I broke the news, she stopped, though. He is dead? Who would do this to him? That's what I'm going to find out. Are you saying he was pushed out of the window? Apparently. That's so horrible. I cannot imagine. I can't imagine what his wife is going through right now. She's shattered. Ellen fell silent. I couldn't read her face, but she seemed to be in shock. Can you tell me something about him? He was always so calm and quiet. He was so easy to be around with. Actually, that's why I chose him for my jogging partner. I see. He was very reclusive. If I hadn't dragged him to the yoga course, he wouldn't have had the courage to go there. The yoga course? It's on Saturdays. He was the only guy in our group. I understand. Did he have a contract with someone else in that group? Contact, not contract. No, I don't think so. He'd always stick with me. Could you think of anyone who could be the murderer? No, absolutely not. It was not very helpful. Also, it's getting dark. And I started another place I wanted to visit. You did? Where? The yoga class or the cleaner's house? Oh, that was everything? Will you find the murder? Yeah. And yep, thanks. Time. Okay, if you need me, I'll be here all the weekend. Okay, I'll contact. Bye. It was getting dark, and my last stop would be the nightclub. Ew. I wanted to know what kind of guy that Rob is. Probably a dick. It was loud in the club, and it took me forever to get in. Or to Rob. Some security guy thought my badge was fake. What a prick. You want to talk to me, detective? Yes. Can we talk somewhere quieter? Sure thing. It looks like the same place. He led me to a closed area. Finally, some silence. That should be better. I'm sorry to be the bringer of unpleasant news, but I told him of his best friend's death. God, how I hate doing this. He listened to me carefully. His expressions didn't change at first, but then he cried. He cried a lot. It was his best friend after all. I... Take your time. I know it's hard. Who would do this to him? He'd never hurt a fly. I will find out, I promise. But first, I need you to answer some questions. How was your relationship? Apparently good since you're crying. His wife said that you're his best friend. Can you confirm that? Yes. Yes, we were. He didn't have many friends. I heard. Sometimes he'd visit me in the club. He was not a very outgoing person. He just did it for me. What did you do in your free time? Well, that's usual. Watching football game, working out, playing video games. I can't believe we'll never see each other again. I mean, you can. He's probably down the mortician or something. Oh, where have you been today? Have you seen the victim today? I was at his house. Or mansion, more like it. His wife was out, and he asked me to spend some time together. Can the staff confirm this? I don't think anyone saw me. It's Friday, so there was only Kane there. He was probably cleaning some room while I was there. I'm sorry. Now, I knew that at least 3 people were there. Audrey, Kane, and Rob. When you left, he was still alive, right? What are you implying? Of course he was. I wouldn't kill my best friend. Sorry, I just had to ask. Okay. You work here? I work in the nightclub. Yes. Hard sometimes. Pays the bills. He always wanted to help me with the club. But that's not really his cup of tea. He'd be better off in some office. He's always so shy. He was... gosh. Aww. That's all. You can find me here if you need anything. I'm working here every day, even when the club isn't open. I actually have to work for my money, unlike other people. Oh, was that a hint of, whoa, where did that come from? I know. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I just don't know how to feel right now. I guess I'm just angry. You'll definitely hear from me. Please find the murderer. I will. Now I need to pause while I take a drink of Dr. Pepper. You guys can use your beautiful eyes to read these by yourself. I didn't read that myself, though. What's going on? I was sure that it wasn't an accident. Someone killed him, and I knew it was one of them. Audrey, she seemed devastated, but maybe she knew more than she would let on. The cleaner, Kane, is that stuttering and anxious behavior just an act? Ellen, a sport enthusiast, a guy doing yoga. Don't get me wrong, that's totally fine, but maybe he had other intentions than just staying fit. Rob sounded kind of jealous. He has to work hard for his money, and maybe he was envious of his bro's lifestyle. Or his wife. I don't know much about Sarah yet. Audrey made her sound like a typical witch girl. I called